Hi, everybody, and welcome. Welcome, Miss Kareen, all the way from Mesa, Arizona. A beautiful lady and unique cosmic sister, and myself from Rhodes in Greece. And welcome to you, everybody. Today we're going to talk about from overwhelm to overflow, from the noise of the world into the quiet truth within. We open this Cosmic Sister show with a breath, a soft landing, a remembering. Tonight, we invite you into space where overwhelm is not a failure, but a signal, a doorway, a whisper from your deeper self saying, there is more available, more ease, more support, more you. This conversation is a gentle turning from carrying too much to allowing more, from contraction to expansion, from surviving to overflow. So settle in, let your shoulders drop, let your energy soften, and let this be the moment where everything heavy begins to melt and everything true begins to rise. Welcome, beloved cosmic beings, to a journey of release, receiving, and radiant overflow. How about that, guys? Yes. And today is Wednesday, September 2nd. Oh my goodness, we are in September. Soon ending this year, right? Yep. In US and Europe, and Thursday, September 3rd in our future Australia. And again, today we talk about from overwhelm to overflow. Last show on Cosmic Guardians with Cosmic Sis-Stars was last Wednesday, August 26th, and we talked about, are you really ready for emotional freedom? That was a really good show. If you missed any of our shows or just want to watch again or find out all the shows we have done, because now we are 2.5 years into streaming live for you. So we have a few shows, right? You can go to youtube.com/@cosmicguardians111/streams and youtube.com/@angelplaceonearth/streams and facebook.com/cosmicguardians and also angelplaceonearth.com/ cosmic, I don't remember. Sorry. First time in history, I kind of lost it. But anyway, you can find us on angelplaceonearth.com as well. So now let's take a really deep breath together and arrive fully into this moment to dive straight into today's topic. I love today's topic because who doesn't feel overwhelmed sometimes?
Yes. Overwhelm is, it seems to be something that we are getting to experience more often. And I feel that the energies are everything. We're in such great change now. Everything is kind of boiling up to the top and saying, okay, address this now, address this now, address this now. And believe me, I am no exception to the rule. So I've been addressing and addressing and addressing.
Yes, and as we always mention as well, we have the benefit of always walking our talk, always, no matter what show. And sometimes we make a joke out of that and we say, let's do a really simple show one time, so to
Yes.
have a little bit of breath, right?
Yes. The universe, I feel that they have chosen, I know chosen me, and I know chosen you to to speak with authenticity, to speak with, uh, we are having this human experience also. Now, how about you guys just experience what you're going to be talking about so you can speak with clarity? And I was saying to you this morning, I think I'm going to kind of look at that part of our contract and say, um, how about you just give me the information, and I don't have to live through the experience? And lovingly, I was pat on the shoulder and said, but that's how you really learn. And I said, well, I need to have a different way of learning because it has been a challenge. So what does overwhelm to overflow? What does that bring up with you? How did you get to this decision of talking about this?
I don't really remember because we kind of grab topics as they are coming. They
Mm,
are guided and we write them down. So I don't remember exactly how it came, but it's a part of transformation. Uh, Overwhelm and overflow, for me, that's transformation. And
mhm,
fortunately, let's make another joke here. When we sending out our intentions to the universe that we are actually going to um, do this work and we are going to work on ourselves and we're going to discover who we are, we tend to transform quite a lot. So it's
yes.
a very common thing. My own experience is that it's way more challenging in the beginning because we have not so many clues. Uh, it's an art to transform,
Hmm.
and you learn to go with the flow within the transformation, right? But
Hmm.
sometimes, the shift when it comes from overwhelm to overflow, it can feel like, my gosh, give me a little bit of a break.
Hmm.
Let me breathe in between, right?
Oh,
Uh, but it's a very my personal way of dealing with things. When things start to get crazy on the outside for me, I take that step back and I put my hands over, cross them over my chest, and I just observe. Because I'm not going to fight it. In the beginning, it probably felt more challenging because I fight this. It's a human thing not to feel uncomfortable. And before we have really learned the art of becoming the observer, we are usually jumping in with both feet into everything, meaning that the overwhelm is going to be way more exhausting, right?
exactly.
And what
Well,
does that mean for you?
well, it's interesting because when I was sitting down to bring thoughts, yes, yes, there are my thoughts, but they funnel through me and they are divinely guided. But I noticed that as the storm gathers, it builds all this energy and builds it up and builds it up, and then it's like I'm ready to release it, and then something happens and it doesn't release it. So it goes away for a little bit and then it gathers more and more and more. And as the energy builds, the necessity to release is built up and built up and built up. And then when the right catalyst comes, it finally lets loose, unleashing the years of bent up energy, all of the things that we have been so focused on pushing through. But as we make our evolution into a more enlightened being, all of those paradigms no longer fit. And that is what brings us to getting overwhelmed about something, is we're still living in that this way, this way, this way, and haven't yet opened that overflow to the potential of who we really are. And that balancing, I think, trying to balance what is expected, what is accepted, to I am viewing this from a different way, and a calmer, more peaceful way. And when those two worlds start uh,
Yeah.
having conflict, it does bring us out of balance. Uh, and personally, I have volunteered that I would experience uh, the overwhelm, to really feel it. And I think I came here to experience emotions, because then I can better understand what it is to experience this. It's not I'm just sitting watching someone having an overload, and as a spiritual coach say, "Oh, that's okay. This will pass," and all this. No, I've experienced what they're feeling, and that experience has given me a different understanding. And well, thank you, universe. You really loaded it on for this one. But it's a beautiful thing to be
Yeah.
um, trusted. I'm not going to say tasked, trusted to allow
Yes.
the process of my own growth to make me um, able to have a deeper connection with with the uh, with the humans that are going through this experience. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
it's always interesting, right? So,
yeah.
well, overflow is the moment when your inner world stops feeling like a storm. Sort of when you go to overflow. I mean, sorry. No,
Hmm.
I restart again. So, overwhelm to overflow is a journey of transformation that begins in the quiet space in here, right?
Hmm.
It's about how we perceive things as response, things of that nature, right?
Yes.
It is the shift from caring too much to allowing more of what nourishes you. It is the moment when your inner world stops feeling like a storm and begins to feel like a river. Overflow is not about excess, it is about alignment. It is about letting your energy move in its natural direction instead of being trapped in cycles of pressure, expectation, or emotional weight. So, overwhelm happens when your inner and outer world falls out of harmony, out of alignment. It is the feeling of being stretched beyond your capacity. Yeah, for sure. Of holding more than your system can process, of trying to meet demands that do not match your truth. And because we change all the time, our personal truth does change. There is not a gazillion truths in the world, but
Yeah.
because we are polishing um, the ancient wisdom of our soul, which carries the truth, um, and we are peeling off all the other stuff that doesn't bring us any good anymore, that doesn't suit us, it's not for our highest good. So it can feel really challenging, actually. Overwhelm is not failure, it's a signal. It is your being whispering that something needs to shift. It is your energy asking for recalibration. It is your soul inviting you to return to yourself.
Yes. I like the way that you say that, because it is, to me, it's like understanding that this process is a path to push me towards understanding
Yeah.
and to my rebirth. It's like when we realize that we have to push through things lovingly. I always say
Yes.
lovingly. Release the bent up energy and then move into a different perspective that can clearly be seen. Um, I mean, if you think about it, the first overwhelm that we have is birth. You
Yes.
know,
Oh my goodness. I'm happy we don't remember.
yeah, we're in this happy, lovely place with no responsibilities. We can suck our thumb, we can do whatever we want. There's no expectations, and then all of a sudden we get overwhelmed with this muscle that is trying to push us out of our happy place, and that I think is part of the process. And it is not failure. It is an opportunity to release what we don't need and then flow into what is waiting for us.
Yeah. And feel that we deserve, because we do deserve and we have the right to make new choices all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are not, choices we made 10 years ago are not supposed to define us, right?
Yes.
But the world very often says, but you used to do that.
Uh-huh.
But now you're not anymore. And it makes me want to laugh, to be honest, because we have the right to change, and we can change whenever we feel for it. You know, the moment we do recognize overwhelm when it feels too much, the first step towards that is recognition, awareness,
Oh yeah.
becoming aware. When you acknowledge overwhelm without judgment, you open the door to change. So you pick and choose, right? You begin to see where your boundaries have softened too much. You begin to notice where your energy has been leaking. You
Mm-hmm.
begin to understand which responsibilities are yours and which you have accidentally adopted, because we adopt a whole bunch of stuff, don't we?
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes. And but when life brings us to the point of chaos, it's I'm sorry, I'm getting the impression of when the firemen have to break open the door to go into the chaos. Instead of running from it, they go into it, and sometimes that door is very, very solid, and it takes a lot to break through. Um, in as much as I love this, we get a lot of really, really powerful thunderstorms around here, but it takes a lot to move that energy to the point where it is going to release. And again,
Yeah.
thinking of a thunderstorm, you see the clouds coming and they're full of wonderful, nourishing rain, but it's just not falling. Especially in Arizona, we can see it fall, but it doesn't hit the ground. And then another surge of energy brings more clouds together until it can overflow with the goodness of what is available. And even when we have a dis-ease, a dis-ease in our bodies, that process has to come to a climax. It has to get to a critical point. It has to get to overflow before it can release and the healing process can begin. And believe me, it is. I speak from experience. I honestly do. It's undaunting, but it is so amazing when you allow the process to unfold. And as you were saying before, the more resistance we put to it. Oh, I can fix this. I can do this. I can do that. To allow. I love allow. And
Yes.
and and literally, as they say, go with the flow. And we go, you know?
Exactly. And this journey is also, I mean, the spiritual journey, working with yourself, awareness, all of that good stuff, which we have been talking a lot about. It's also about expanding ourselves. And in those moments of transformation, of expansion, we can feel overwhelmed very
Mhm.
easily because we are stepping into something new. Plus, when we change something, we are stirring up the energies, and that's natural. So when we stir up the energies, we are expecting, assuming that only pleasant energies are going to come, but we are going to see
Oh, yeah.
all of it, right?
Yes.
And in that place, we can pick and choose. So recognition is clarity. It is the moment when you stop pushing through and start listening, like taking a step back, say, hey, wait a minute. I need to digest this first, or taste it, or you name it however you want, right?
Hmm.
It is the moment when you allow yourself to feel what is truly happening inside you. It is the moment when you choose honesty over habit.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that is so profound when you choose. It just slipped my mind. Over habit. What did you say? What were the words you said when you choose?
I said, when you choose honesty over habit.
Yes, and this 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 can be a real revolution for a person. A new concept of having and being honest with yourself. And all the times that you said, yeah, I'll wear green because somebody likes me in green. And honestly, you can't stand green. And when you finally say, no, I'd rather wear blue. What a perfect expression.
Yes,
Thank you. That was awesome. That is
thank you.
something to be remembered.
Yeah, I wrote it in the chat. So recognition is clarity. Okay, recognition is clarity of them over the moment when
Mm,
you choose honesty over habit. I
That
wrote
it
it,
yes.
I pasted it a little bit wrong, but that's okay.
That needs to go down in infamy because it really is um, that is a beautiful truth right there. I'm
Yes.
you know going to make
And
a T-shirt out of that.
yes, you know, because as human beings, most of us want to feel great all the time. But life here is not going to give us that always, right? And we label things. We tend to label a challenge as something negative, feels negative. I don't want to go through this, right?
Right.
But in order for us to move through that and become aware and have the clarity and make that new choice, we need to see it, right? It doesn't
Hmm.
mean that we need to stay in that place. And this can feel challenging. Sometimes it's not only in our hands because others are opposing their ideas upon us, right?
Hmm.
Telling us who we are and, things of that nature. And that can feel really, 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 truly challenging. But overflow begins with softening, not collapsing, softening. Softening is the act of releasing tension that has been held for too long. So when we feel overwhelmed, don't be afraid of getting it out of your system, as we say so many times,
Hmm.
because we are born with all these abilities, with our emotions and everything. Get it out of your system, but don't get stuck in that loop, right? That is the difference. So overflow is the act of letting your breath deepen. It is the act of allowing your nervous system to settle. It is the act of giving yourself permission to pause and to feel whatever you feel. And in that place, um, I know with myself as well, of course, we don't want to be in that place when we feel, oh, I'm going to cry, or I feel angry, or I want to swear, or I don't feel like being me in that moment. But it's a part of us, it's a part of letting the pressure out, right?
Yes, and one of the things that we discussed when we were talking about empathy over sympathy, it is the beautiful art form of just being there and allowing that person to, as you said, if they need to shout, scream, holler, pound a pillow, cry, be quiet, just allowing them to process and move through whatever is happening at that time, uh, and just allowing that to be. And when we've gone through overwhelming things, being able to be quiet within yourself and go, okay, well, I'm going this direction now and this direction and so forth. It gives the person a chance to adapt to the new wonderful things that have come from that explosion of wonderful dam breaking. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So again, coming back to the word softening, softening is how we return to our center. It's how we reconnect with our natural rhythm. It's how
Mm-hmm.
we remember that we are not meant to carry everything, even though sometimes, if you're very capable, you are labeled a capable person. Everyone's going to go, bring it to her, she can fix that, right? And she's going
Exactly.
to do it fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are meant to carry what aligns with your soul. Think about that for a moment. So who decides that? Someone
Yes.
else or you? You decide that, right? It's a choice of yours. The moment you feel this is too much, that is your right to take a pause, right? Stop
Yes.
what you're doing. Take a
Yeah.
pause. If that pause is going to be 5 minutes or an entire day, that is your decision, not
Mm-hmm.
someone else's, right? So
Yeah.
when you soften, your energy begins to recalibrate. You start to feel where your true yes lives. You start to sense where your no needs to be spoken. You start to understand what drains you and what nourishes you. This recalibration is not dramatic, it is subtle and powerful, and your energy begins to recognize itself around your truth. You stop giving from depletion and start giving from fullness. You stop reacting from pressure and start responding from clarity. You stop living from obligation and start living from resonance.
Wow. Wow. I should just sit back and listen to you because this is just, I mean, it's like, okay, I am really um, seeing things from a different perspective. And it makes, and this is what is beautiful about having someone that you can share these things with that really is interested in the whole picture and not in how you should be perceiving things and how you should be doing things. And we've talked about this with when you're consoling somebody that's going through something.
Yeah,
At that moment, that's what they need. And allowing them to get into that place where everything softens, where they can start feeling that what got them there was going to give them a new way of being.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Where this sometimes can feel that we are coming to a crossroads where it feels like we are clashing, right? It
Mm-hmm.
is when we are faced with dealing with ourselves and our overwhelm, and also being compassionate beings, considering how the other person is going to take certain things or processing the situation or whatever is going on, right? But my take is that we should always have compassion, unconditional compassion, just as unconditional love. But
Yeah. Yeah.
we can't become a mat on the floor. So we need to do things that are feel comfortable for ourselves. And we can't even give anything if we are empty and depleted of energy, can we? Like you
No.
say, you can't pour tea from an empty teapot.
No, I
Can't.
love that. I love that. And and when you actually look at the reality of that, that is true. And if you're not filling yourself with compassion and love and understanding, and you keep giving it out, it's when the tank is done, you have nothing left to give. Um, and the old expression, when you're in an airplane, put the oxygen on yourself first, because if you pass out, you can't help anyone. And it's it's the most selfless act of love to take care of yourself.
Yeah, it is, because you can't
Yeah.
if you don't take care of yourself. And when you feel that I've come to that place where I can't take this as it's going on right now, I need to change from my perspective something, right?
Yes.
Something needs to go because
Yes.
I can't do this anymore. And that's the honest feeling coming from within and awareness. That
Yes.
means that sometimes we may have to um, say something, but here's the thing: we can say anything if we come from the place of love, and we
Mhm.
shouldn't say it when we are in effect, right? When we are
Ex-
angry, because I know with myself that's when the Mediterranean Anne is going to step forward. You know, that little Donald Duck. Uh, so deal with that first, get it out, talk, express, um, um, scream if you have to, punch your pillow, whatever it is, right? Get it out of
right.
your system, calm down, breathe, and then deal with it, right? So
Hmm.
the emergence of overflow is a natural result of alignment. It is what happens when your inner world is no longer fighting your outer world. It feels in alignment, right?
Hmm.
Wonderful. It is what happens when your energy is allowed to move freely. It is what happens when you choose what supports your expansion instead of what compresses your spirit. Overflow feels like spaciousness. It feels like clarity. It feels like inspiration and returning. It feels like your heart opening again. It feels like your soul breathing without restriction. Freedom, freedom.
Yes. And it's amazing how many times we will, when you're going through something like this, as you are maturing into an aware person, and I use that lovingly, because we have to remember who we really are. And it takes some some bumps and grinds and everything else to kind of loosen the the armor around us, to say, hey, there is this beautiful, softer, balanced energy that I'm trying to let out into the world. And
Yeah.
and we go through these things, and many times I'll be working with someone and they'll go back to their times when they were overwhelmed, when it was really a hard time. And as I talk with people, I say that got you to where you needed to be.
Yeah.
Now bless it, thank it for its lesson, and then lovingly let it go. And and
Yes.
that's the hardest thing, because it was so profound in our energy field that we have a tendency to jump back to it and make decisions from where we were at that time. And I don't know about you, Anne, but I guarantee you that I am not even who I was yesterday.
No, you're not. No.
And
And me
and
neither.
each day as I glean more awareness of myself and where I'm heading, I'm going to be changing. That's what the evolution is all about. I mean, if you
Yeah.
put a seed in the ground, you know me, I love nature. If you put a seed in the ground and then you tell it, and then, wait a minute, you're changing. Why are you why are you changing? How come you don't look like a seed anymore? Oh, you got a little green head on you. What are you doing there? But that is what we came here to do, is to be able to move into the overflow. and
Yeah.
and the more that we allow this process, the less that we're going to build up another overwhelm. I mean, they're still
Exactly.
going to come, but we have a different way of
Coping.
coping, put and bringing it to a conclusion rather than a disaster. So
Yes. And you know, it's interesting. You mentioned something about being you, right?
hmm
And sometimes we are surrounded by people who doesn't really see us for who we truly are. They see us for who they think, their perception, their idea, their opinion about who we are. And that can feel also challenging, right? But on another note, you can still feel comfortable because you know you have your history. You've been living with yourself. First of all, you have been with your soul for eons of time, right?
yeah, we've been
And,
hanging around
and
for a while.
the entire lifetime, this time, and other lifetimes, right? So you
Yeah,
know, you feel it within. Don't let anyone tell you who you are and make that define you who you are, because they have a part of a picture, but they're not living in your bako, your skin, within your body, right? So overflow is not about doing more, it's about being more present, being in the present moment. It is about being more connected. It is about being more aligned with your cosmic nature and your earthly path. Because, to be honest, it's nice to be spacey and always look out there, right?
oh yeah.
Uh, but it's equally sacred to be walking on this earth because we chose to come, even though it doesn't feel like a blessing each and every day, maybe. But that's something we are here to master. And when we live from overflow, our presence becomes nourishment. Our words carry resonance. Our actions become intentional. That's important. Our
Yes.
relationships deepen. And those who doesn't like us as we are, they don't see us as we are, maybe we keep them at a little distance. It doesn't mean we need to close the door fully, but but over there, not too close, right? That's okay. Your creativity, our creativity expands, our intuition strengthens, and we begin to move through life with a sense of inner abundance that is not dependent on circumstances and others' opinion about who we are.
Yeah.
because that's only an opinion. And they
Yes.
have the right to have their opinion. But it doesn't define us, right?
That's, I find that when you move through the experience of realizing that, okay, I'm in a little bit of overwhelm right now. Uh, I do know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. But going through that, when you release this and you move into the overflow, there is a place of brilliant clarity. And you come through knowing you are stronger and more courageous. You also become more reliant. And you have an understanding that you really haven't lost anything or given anything up. That the change has replaced the old and inner determination with an understanding that allows you to expand and move forward. And
Yeah.
stepping into this overflow is like stepping into a new experience. It is moving you to a place of determining where and what you are. It shows you that you are made of a divine substance and cannot be eliminated or overwhelmed as you move through this beautiful experience of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So overflow allows you to give without losing yourself. That is very important.
Mm-hmm.
How to give without losing yourself. It allows you to serve without sacrificing your well-being. It allows you to shine without burning out. Sometimes we can feel like we are lighting the candle in both ends, right? That's not a good idea.
Oh,
That,
yes.
that's that's
I'm,
not a good idea.
I'm sorry. Something very, I don't know if I can say that on air, but it's like, okay, we got the candle going here and then we're getting a, a burn at the other end. And it just, I'm sorry. It just, oh, okay. But
No,
there
that's
again,
funny.
you realize, you realize the gift of laughter. And,
Yes,
and, uh, and this is another thing that when you move into that overflow, you find that you see the humor in not the situation, but you can see the humor around the situation, and less
exactly.
laughter. I
Yes.
I I apologize. I got off
No,
script.
no, 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 no.
It was, oh my
That's
goodness.
perfect. So, so overflow allows you to shine without burning out. Now I'm saying it only that, right?
Right.
It allows you to be fully you without apology. And why should we have to apologize for being ourselves, right?
Right.
Overflow is our natural state when we are aligned with our truth, right?
That I think is uh, that should be on a T-shirt, because when we are aligned with our truth, and that allows us to be able to move forward and and rely on that inner strength of that ethereal being who we really are.
Yeah, exactly.
And we
So,
we all are ethereal beings. Yes.
yes. And now the good news. From overwhelm to overflow is not a one-time shift. That was the good news, right? It's the
That was the good
process.
news. That's the good
Yeah.
news.
So it's a process, it's a living practice, it is a rhythm, it is a remembering, it is a return to yourself again and again and again and again. And each and every time you choose alignment, you do choose overflow. Every time you choose presence, you choose overflow. Every time you choose truth, you choose overflow. You are not meant to live in overwhelm. You are meant to live in overflow. You are meant to live in the fullness of your cosmic essence and the grace of your earthly presence.
Mhm.
So we are doing our best. It doesn't mean that we don't feel overwhelmed, but awareness.
That's right. And fall flat on your face, and then you get up and you go, okay, well, I think I won't have that experience again. But it is part of the divine process, and uh, I am so grateful that all of the tools that I have been adding to my toolbox and all of the experiences that I've been having are allowing me to have such a greater understanding when I am in the overflow and going, wow, okay, this opened up. Wow, this is a new direction. And, but that human part of me goes, yeah, I really didn't ask for this. And, you know, but I signed up for it. So somewhere I said, okay, I need to go through this, and uh, I will come out a different glorious version of
Version.
myself.
Yes, always. Are you ready for the hot seat and the questions?
Well, listen, if you're going to overwhelm me, you might as well just, overwhelm me.
Okay, let's turn up the heat.
Okay.
So we always have 5 simple questions and reflections that will help us feel into today's topic. And these reflections are for all of you as well who are watching and listening to this. So what are these questions resonating with for you, right? I'm going to
Exactly.
ask Corinne now. She's on the hot spot.
That's right.
What does
Pick on
overflow
me.
feel like? What does overflow feel like in your body right now?
Ah, when I move into that space, um, to be perfectly honest, it's like having a cosmic hug. It's like saying, "You done well, kid," and we got you, and you're on the way. So now experience all of this release, all of this joy, all of this uh, release. I guess is a good one because I'm no longer trying to keep it in, and when it flows, as you said, like a river, there is such a rhythm and refreshing. So I guess those are the feelings that I feel. I feel like I've walked through a situation that has given me the opportunity to have beautiful new experiences.
Oh, wonderful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, second question. Where do you still hold the energy of overwhelm and how can you soften it?
Mm, that's an interesting thing because our bodies are very, very unique and they hold different energies in different spots of the body. I am kind of semi quoting Louise Hay, but it is true. Um, I have found that when you really emerge yourself from the overflow and realize that it wasn't personal and accept the fact that there is this new flood of awe that comes by releasing everything from the cells of your body, from the fibers of your memory, from the essences of your energy, it can be very refreshing. And I think that's part of learning to not take overflow personally. I mean, when you're going through
You
it,
mean overwhelm?
overwhelm. Yes, thank you. And don't take it personally, but when it finally opens up, love yourself enough to just feel that cleanse instead of
Yeah.
going, well, I'm going to hang on to this. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to put that in my, box of never let go. Just let it all go. Let it all go, and let it be that cleansing. And
We, we yeah,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm done. I, you know,
Feeling overwhelmed is not some kind of punishment. And
no,
feeling overflow is not a reward, because there
no,
is no such a thing as punishment and reward. We usually connect that with karma. See, if I have been a bad little girl, I'm going to pay some sort of debt, right?
that's right.
But karma is basically choices and consequences. I'm not going to be a fly in my next life if I behave badly in this one. That's not how that works. I know there
Exactly.
are um, places in the world they have stated that and they believe that, but that's not how it is for us, right? I'm talking for
No.
you now, so you have the chance to. But here's also the thing: um, feeling overwhelmed and how it can feel in the body. Usually, because it's unique for each and every one of us, my experience is that where our sensitivity within the body lies, that's where we're going to feel that or pick it up in one way or another. So if
Hmm.
I have something connected to my chest, I may be more sensitive to picking up things in my chest, right? Or if I have something in my legs, maybe that's where I'm going to pick something up, right?
Hmm.
There where we are sensitive, to be frank. So, third question. What
Okay.
helps you what helps you move from doing to being?
What helps me to move from doing to being? Um, that's a beautiful question. That is one of those simple questions that you come up with that, set the world spinning. And it's interesting because I had my Jin Shin teacher. She's a little Chinese lady, and she says, "You not human doing, you human being. Don't be doing, be being." And that was what helps you move from just doing to being. I really have to say, 40 years of uh, all the experiences, all of the teachings, all of the um, learning to love myself, learning to allow the possibilities, and now I'm going to throw that right back at you, Anne. What helps you move from doing to being?
Yeah, when I feel, because I'm also a very fast person, that can be feel like a curse sometimes. It's a blessing on another occasion, probably. Yeah, well, I just say, okay, hang on here, stop. Let's take a pause. That's what I do. And I try to feel and reflect. And if I am in an environment with a lot of people, I may actually go to a different room or go into the ladies' room, or anything is okay. Just to be able to hear myself. And if there is someone pushing that this needs to be done, my answer is usually, if you push me, that's no from scratch. It's no question about it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to stress that. Um, yeah, and sometimes we have to just take that place and be. Just take it. And if that means, because I understand in this world we go to workplaces and stuff and it can be challenging, right?
Oh,
But no
yes.
one is going to follow us ever into the ladies' room, are they?
We hope not.
So go in for 5 minutes. Just cut the energy. That's what I do. I just
Yeah.
cut the energy one way or another. Um, and of course, it's not, that is for the moment. But then, yeah, just make sure to have time in your life on a daily basis where you can just be, be, be with yourself. I love doing chores in the garden and in the house by myself, um,
Hmm.
because I get a lot of information and I hear stuff. That feels really great. I don't
Yeah.
want to be disturbed, so I close the phone if I'm doing those things, right?
Yeah.
So I just try to do that. Yes, please, my beautiful, cosmic, wonderful, one of a kind, unique being, precious sister.
Yes.
So, fourth question: how can you invite more ease and trust into your daily rhythm?
Ah, see, I'm going to go back to exactly what you said because I'm so connected to nature. Um, doing doing the simple tasks of even mowing the lawn or trimming the trees, just getting into the rhythm of nature and meditation. When I go out and I sit in my chair, I will be out there for maybe an hour. And now I'm not going into a deep meditation and doing the ohms and everything else. I am absorbing the healing energies that are around me and watching the rhythm of the ebb and flow of the divine nature itself. We seem to think that we are not connected to the earth, but we are. I mean, by touching the earth with our bare feet, we're feeling the heartbeat of the earth. And it does scientifically, you know how I like to bump into that. Scientifically, it
Yes,
has a rhythm. And when we put
yes,
on shoes with deep pieces of leather, we no longer feel that rhythm. We get out of sync with the ebb and the flow. And when that rhythm gets off, then we have a tendency to not be able to move when we need to and so forth. But um, my quiet
beautiful.
walking meditations and yes, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and just sometimes we not in this world, because sometimes it feels like a whirlwind. Everything goes so fast.
yeah.
Um, and the fast person, yeah, well, you finished already. Yeah, get some of these too, because you're so good at it.
Yeah,
You know, and no, we need to take that time and feel that we are entitled to. That's
yes,
absolutely perfect, right?
yes,
So,
yes.
last question. What small act today could open the flow of gratitude and grace?
Ah, I'm glad you asked
Simple
that
question.
because this is part of my daily routine. When I awaken with gratitude. And part of my meditation routine when I'm in the backyard is I will thank my house for protecting me. I will thank my bed for supporting me while I slept. I will thank the clothes that I have to wear. I will thank the food that I ate. I will thank the birds that sing. And I fill myself with all of the little bits of gratitude for even for the things that come in that teach me a lesson. Thank you for that being brought to my attention. because now I can respond to it and do something with it. It's not just going to head me into overwhelm. And I have found that the attitude of gratitude allows me to step into that state of grace. And
Yeah,
and don't forget to be grateful that you got through the stuff. Thank you that
exactly.
that was yesterday and today is today. I mean, really, folks, anybody that has gone through all the ups and the downs and everything else, um, you really got to be thankful that it's over. So,
Yes. Yeah, really. Really and truly.
yep.
Thank you so much. Um, thank you. And as these reflections and questions settle in our hearts, let's anchor the energy with a gentle affirmation.
I love that you trust me with your words. I
Of course, I
release
do.
the weight of doing and opening to the grace of being. Listen to that. I release the weight of doing and I open to the grace of being. My energy flows freely. My heart overflows with peace, and I trust the rhythm of life to carry me gently forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And you are saying it so beautifully. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I feel it in the heart, and the heart flows.
So it is interesting what we have been talking about today. Basically, it's not that complicated to walk this path. At least as we are speaking it, we encountered the challenges because we need to figure out who we are and who we truly are. And sometimes that comes along with not really being seen for who you truly are, right?
Hmm.
And so that's why Miss Corrine actually, and even before the show Avatar, you started to say, I see you.
I see you.
Yes, that's
I see.
perfect. That's
I, s-
beautiful.
I see you because um, I would hear people using, "Oh, I love you. I love you. I truly love you," and they'd say, "Oh, I love pizza. Oh, I love that experience that I had." Love has been taken, and it's almost like a facade. It's like something somebody says to cover up something. But when I have an experience with someone, I'm seeing your essence. I'm connecting with your soul. I'm not
Yeah.
connecting with a word that it just doesn't cover everything. So yes, I see you.
Yes,
I see you.
that's
Yes.
beautiful. Is there anything else that we would like to touch on before we start wrapping it up? Don't go yet. We're not ready. We're not finished.
I think a producer that we can go into rap. You know.
Thank you. Okay. So here we go. Dashes and slashes, right?
Yes.
So you can find upcoming and past episodes at youtube.com/at Cosmic Guardians 111/streams and youtube.com/at Angel Place on Earth/streams and angelplaceonearth.com/upcoming-past. That's the one I couldn't say in the beginning, right? So you can connect with us, read articles, find out more about Miss Corrine and myself at angelplaceonearth.com/cosmic guardians. And also you can find Corrine Mooney at liquidenergyhealing.com. Our next upcoming show with Cosmic Sis-Stars is next Wednesday. That's going to be September 9th. My goodness. And we will talk about healing the inner child with cosmic compassion. That's a beautiful show. So, how can we heal our inner child with cosmic compassion?
Yeah.
We do go live for you every Wednesday in US and Europe, and every Thursday in our future Australia. So, from overwhelm to overflow, from the tightness of yesterday into the soft, shimmering yes of today. We close this cosmic sister circle with hearts widened and energy flowing like a gentle golden river. What a journey we have shared. What a remembering. What a homecoming into the truth that overflow isn't something we chase. It's something we allow, something we breathe, something we become. As we step out of this space, may your inner waters move with grace. May your nervous system feel held. May your creativity rise in warm waves. And may your life meet you with the same generosity you offered yourself tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing your presence. Thank you for choosing you. Until next time, beloved cosmic beings, keep shining, keep softening, keep overflowing. With infinite love, peace, and joy, we see you, we hear you, we feel you, we honor you, we love you, we appreciate you, and we respect you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.